I really didn't even want to share this on my page because this is absolutely disturbing. Um, yeah, you see what this is. This kind of content is just exactly why so many people are fucking exhausted. If your message requires mocking the death of a teenager and demonizing an entire race of people, you've already lost the moral argument. Imagine being so consumed by hate that you mock a dead teenager. Austin Metcalf was a human being. He was a son. He was a brother. His life was taken from him too soon. And y'all are turning his death into racist jokes because a black young man was held accountable for his death because he made the wrong choices. And it's crazy because I made a video about this not too long ago that it takes all the evidence in the world to get somebody to believe the truth, but it takes no evidence at all to make them believe a lie. And y'all ran with every single social media lie and rumor that they made up about Austin Metcalf being a bully. And when the courts had all those students testify, you were so wrapped up in your lie already that you didn't believe any truth that came out of those kids. You made up every excuse under the book to still try to blame Austin Metcalf for why he was killed. You guys make up every excuse in the book to turn this into something racist or some race war because the person being held accountable is a young black man. A kid is dead over a minor dispute and you guys are praising the murderer, sending the wrong message to these young black children. If you guys actually gave a fuck about racism going on in this world, if you guys actually gave a fuck about giving young black men a better opportunity in society, you would encourage them not to make poor choices like this. Even if Carmelo Anthony was afraid to fight somebody, he should have walked away. He should have left. He should not be using deadly force over a minor dispute. So those of you who want to make the claim that he was so terrified, he wasn't so terrified if he was threatening them to come at him. He wasn't so terrified if he said, touch me and find out. A kid who is scared would have got the fuck up out of there. Carmelo Anthony was not being bullied. That was already proven in court. Stop running with that lie. Y'all are mocking the death of a child over the false social media rumors that y'all made over the false narrative in your mind that this had something to do with race. You guys made it about race. Those two kids, when they got into that little altercation, when they got into that little dispute, it had nothing to do with race. You guys made it about race. You guys think you're doing your big one by posting terrible memes like this. You don't fight racism with racism. Those of you condoning this shit and promoting this shit, you are the reason the black community is being held back. No one else. If this was black on black crime, you would tell people mind their business, don't worry about what we do to each other. But since a black kid is involved and he's being held accountable for his actions for killing and taking the life of another student, y'all are showing up for all the wrong reasons. Y'all are pushing all the wrong messages to the black community. It don't matter what race you are, our kids should not be dying over minor disputes before they even graduate high school. If you can't fight, walk the fuck away. If you're scared, go get help. You don't stay there and stab a kid over something small. Carmelo Anthony was not being forced to stay there. In fact, he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, and he was asked over 15 times to leave the area. If he was so terrified, he would have gotten help or he would have left. If he can't fight, if he can't use his hands, he should have gotten out of there. Y'all want to keep trying to paint this image as if this innocent young black man was so terrified and had to defend himself over this huge football field-sized fucking teenager when that wasn't even the case. Austin Metcalf wasn't bullying him. That was already proven in all the testimonies made in court. And since y'all couldn't make the claim because the kids who testified against him were majority black kids, y'all couldn't say they were right. They were white, so they were racist. So you had to say they were paid off. You guys are doing everything but accepting the fact that he did something wrong. And holding him accountable is very important because he needs to know going forth in life, you can't just use deadly force over a minor dispute. Yes, it was testified that Austin Metcalf did give him a small shove after he said, touch me and find out. So Carmelo Anthony was not jumped. He was not held against his will. It wasn't 4 students trying to hold him down and beat him up. No, he in fact was not hit at all. He provoked the situation and tried to act like a tough guy. That's not a scared little teenager. When you guys were growing up, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all had a whole bunch of school brawls, fights and stuff after school, meeting up at the park. Did you stab every fucking kid that you got into a fight? Did you stab every kid that just pushed you? Or did you use your fucking hands to fight? If you couldn't fight, you fucking ran. And yet the same ones who claim that the odds are constantly stacked against black men in this country from the moment that they're fucking born are using your ignorance to encourage young black men to go out there and stab and kill a kid over a minor dispute. That's what y'all want to do. It's never right when a kid dies. Whether it's a white kid who kills a black kid, I would never celebrate neither one of them. But trying to make a mockery of this kid's death and trying to excuse Carmelo Anthony's behavior because of injustice situations in the past does not help what happened in this case. Carmelo Anthony needed to be held accountable. He took the life of another child over a minor dispute, and in no way, shape, or form is that okay. No matter what race, no matter if it was reversed, it is never going to be okay. And y'all adults really need to stop being fucking stupid. Because it is not racism in this country. It is not the jury that failed Carmelo Anthony. It is the black community who is condoning his behavior that failed Carmelo Anthony. Because see, I was taught if you can't fight with your fist, then don't start shit. Walk away from situations you shouldn't be. Not bring a knife to a fucking school and stab any kid that gets in your way.